Hey guys, welcome back to another great episode on KOB TV, Chattanooga, Tennessee. I am your host, Ken Johnson, and we are talking about Tigray's defeat. Yep, you guessed it. They, the Ethiopian forces, the feds, marched in and took Mekelle. They, the pronunciations, I've heard it a couple of different ways, but they took the capital. Uh, but the TPLF says they, still want to fight. So I'm coming to the conclusion. We're easily coming to the conclusion that Tigray is bad and has been bad for some time. Ethiopian military operation in Tigray is complete, Prime Minister says. So, and this is current, like November 28th, 2020. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed said on Saturday that military operations in the restive region of Tigray are complete and federal troops control the regional capital, a major development in a 3-week-old war that has shaken the Horn of Africa. So, that pretty much sums it up, guys. They have control. Abiy's government has been trying to quell a rebellion by a powerful ethnic faction that dominated the central government for decades before he came into power in 2018. So for decades, guys, not 10 years, I'm thinking it's 30 is what I remember. So until he came along, they really have been pillaging the land. And thousands of people are believed to have been killed, and nearly 44,000 have fled to Sudan. You remember the earlier article we read about people ready to die? That doesn't sound like they are ready to die. 44,000 fled to Sudan in a conflict that has called into question whether Abiy can hold together fractious ethnic groups in Ethiopia, Africa's second most populous country. Sorry about that. Yeah, so there. I mean, it's reinforcing what we've already said. They have to be bad, and they aren't really showing like any other minority faced against the majority. That we are being abused or we are being used, or how more recent than before, you have your phone videos, you have the news networks that aren't so popular reporting on the pain and suffering that may be going on. So it's not really about pain and suffering. It's really about control of the land and the people, and really getting more human capital available, making it more available to buyers. I'm pleased to share that we have completed and ceased the military operations in the Tigray region, the Prime Minister said in a tweet. Less than an hour earlier, he said in a statement, the federal government is now fully in control of the city of Mekelle. So, however, the leader of Tigray's People's Liberation Front, TPLF, whose forces have been fighting Ethiopian troops, said the group was not giving up. So far, just based on what we've learned, they're only fighting for border change. It's really not clear what they're fighting for. Ethiopia is pretty direct in saying what they're doing They're cleaning up the swamp. They're criminals. They're treasonous, and Ethiopia has put it out front what they're fighting for. On the other hand, Tigray claims to be a liberation front, but they aren't really saying what's going on. How are they being depressed? Their brutality can only add to our resolve to fight these invaders to the last. TPLF leader Debretsion Gebremichael told Rutgers in a text message asked by Rutgers if that meant his forces would continue fighting. He replied, "Certainly, this is about defending our rights to self-determination." Really? I haven't heard that before. And if you guys been in power for like 30 years, you know, I'm not thinking that they're really good people. So I don't want to bore you, but I went to, of course, you know, I'm always doing the maps, and we can look at this one. As a matter of fact, let me make sure you can see it. Okay, yeah, you can see that, right? So I'm going to read an article or read more, and you'll see that Tigray actually, because remember I told you that we were going to look more into Eritrea. That's the neighboring, this area here, Eritrea, with the long border, and saying how bad the border is. And I was going to look into it, right? But Tigray fired on them in Ashara, and Tigray is claiming that they are supporting the Ethiopian troops, which means the opposite of what I thought. I thought that they were getting help from Eritrea, but if they're firing on Eritrea and suspecting Eritrea to be in support of the Ethiopian troops, then of course we can conclude that we don't need to look that way yet. So it may be some other clue that will pop out, because they don't trust Eritrea already, and I'm thinking, Eritrea's got something going on. They got that long border. We can actually look, and you'll get let's look at the leader. We can look at this video, or at least a couple of minutes of it, just to reintroduce you to the leader of the Ethiopian, the federalists, the prime minister, and really kind of drive it in so we can really kind of follow what's going on. And it hasn't flipped. I'm doing this real time because I didn't expect to. Well, I kind of thought about it, but I didn't really plan to do a video, or someone else's video. But if it ever decides, okay, let's hit this and see what it says.
Mengestab Abrakai says he doesn't know where his children are.
Oh, we can start right there. That's what it's all about for me, guys. Is I gotta know where his children are. And what did I say earlier? Man, you think he's the only one? Come on, man. How are you getting separated from your child if you guys are leaving together? And come on, man. You guys know what's going on, but you guys, okay, let's just go ahead. I was gonna fall off right there, but I'll let you listen to a little more, and I'm gonna sign out after that.
Like at least 20,000 others, according to the United Nations, he's fled Ethiopia's Tigray region amid an escalating conflict in which it has been claimed neighboring Eritrea is now involved. At the Sudanese border town of Hamdayet, Mengestab says he ran from looting, stealing and killing. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed sent the military into Tigray after accusing forces there of attacking the national army. On Sunday, Tigray's leader, Debretsion Mekelle, accused neighbouring Eritrea of also sending in tanks and thousands of troops and said his forces had retaliated with rockets fired at the Eritrean capital. It's precisely the kind of escalation that raises fear.
So you see, they fired at Eritrea already. So unless it's a ploy to confuse us, that's the leader of the Ethiopian federal, well, the prime minister. I don't want to confuse you guys. Tigray is firing on, like I said, unless it's a ploy to, disguise as a Trojan horse to make it look as if make it look as if Eritrea is not part of it. Now that could be a good chess move. Fire on us, make us look like we're not part of the conflict, say that we're supporting Ethiopia, and that'll kind of take the eyes off of us. I mean, you could look at it like that, but this is the guy. So the federales came in, like I said, and we gave them the thumbs up, and they succeeded because we don't give thumbs up to people we know that aren't gonna win, and they still have more to do apparently because the TPLF says that we're not giving up, and if that's the case and people are fleeing, who are the people that they're using to fight? They can't be using the people of the place where they're fighting because they're fleeing, guys. They're fleeing, and so they're not willing to die for these guerrillas, these militants. So it's really some missionaries and a lot of amalgamated, like victims of sexual assault or byproducts of sexual assault, kids, from rape and stuff, and so they don't care or know who they are, and so many of them look at that dude said he doesn't know where his kids are. Man, come on, dude, what the heck? So yeah, that's it. Ethiopia has gotten control. Weeks ago they appointed new leaders already. So and don't let them confuse you with the news. You can just keep here. We're gonna go slow and drive it in where we really get to know people and personalities. At least from a militant standpoint, we don't really want to know them like that. We want to know the personality of the military and who's fighting and what for. And so far, we don't know what Tigray wants, but the control. They haven't said we're being, depressed, oppressed, suppressed, used, abused, this or that. But Ethiopia said these are, criminals. They're treasons. They've given titles and names to their actions. Versus Tigray. So, just using common sense and direct observation, we can come to a conclusion based on that, and we don't have to do any assumptions. We can know what we're talking about, and that's basic information. So we'll keep with it and figure out more. We really don't have to look at Eritrea as closely yet. That's what I said. Yet. Okay, guys, that's it. Like, share, and if you are new, go ahead and subscribe. I can't actually do it without you guys. And hit the bell notification. That's what I was going to say. And see if you get notified. Can't make any promises. And I will talk to you later. Bye.